Good morning, everyone. First, I'd like to thank Superintendent Smith and all the members of the school board for joining us today. As you know, my name is Mrs. Bessenbacher, and I have been hired to take over the principal position at Jones Elementary School. And I have a slideshow presentation for you so that I can go over all of the points that I feel are important that I will be taking a closer look at this year as I get on board at Jones Elementary School and try to make some positive changes for the school climate and for the school community at large. Some of the things I'll be talking about, my leadership style, recruitment of staff and paraprofessionals, professional development and growth within our school. That will include instructional focus, diversity, inclusion, and cultural competency, as well as a behavior plan that we, as a district, are going to implement into our school. And I'll get a little bit more specific with that behavior plan as I talk about my plans for Jones Elementary School. I will also be talking a little bit about discipline and the discipline program that I plan on implementing in our school. I think it's a very good plan, and I think if our school is on board, students and staff, that it can be something that will really take root and be something amazing for our school. I will also be talking about staff evaluation, some legal and ethical items that I wanted to just kind of pinpoint and talk about a little bit. And then to finish off, I will talk to you and ask a little bit of your help in measuring the success of my first year at Jones Elementary School. So let's go ahead and get started. My leadership style is as a transformational leader. I intend to empower and inspire my staff to strive beyond the required expectations and to work together collaboratively towards our school shared mission. We will work together to come up with a new mission statement for our school so that we can show the community at large that we are vested in becoming a #1 school in the district again, and we plan to work together with the children, with the parents, and with the district in order to meet that goal. Trust, communication, those are two of my big characteristics that I like to bring into any school. Any kind of good foundation and good school climate is going to be built on trust. Trust between the teachers and the principal, between our paraprofessionals, between our students and all of our staff, as well as parents. We really need to make sure that our parents trust us with their children, trust us with the decisions that we're going to be making to have a safe learning environment for their children. I plan on listening to all of the concerns from parents, students, and teachers. And I really want to make sure that they understand that I'm there for them. And I want to be visible not only in the school, but in the community so that I can learn more about the school and the community in order to help me make decisions that are best for our school. Coming into this school with the 25 to 35% teacher turnover rate, that is large. That's a big percentage. And I really hope that I can find out why. I intend to try to reach out to the teachers that left Jones Elementary and ask them why they left. Was it personal? Was it something within the district? Was it something in the school? Was it the staff? Parents, students, there could be so many different reasons why someone chose to leave. And I'd really like to be able to address those issues so that we can have a better retention rate at Jones. For the current staff that is staying, I'm going to send out a survey, confidential survey, again, asking them why they're still there, if they've thought about leaving and why, and what are some of the things that, as a new principal, I could do to help with teacher retention. I know that being a teacher and an educator today is hard, so I want to be able to be there for my staff and to know what they need in order to make their teaching experience something rewarding for them and something that they can show and share with their students and parents. Okay. I also intend to try to meet with all of the teachers. Now, I'm not quite sure how this will look, either individually if we have time or as a team. And again, this will give me the opportunity to meet all the teachers and talk to them on a one-to-one basis and start to gain that trust and that collaborative environment so that we can work together to help our school again, become one of the best schools in the district, because there is potential there, and I know that we can do it. We're just going to have to work together in order to do that. Talking about our paraprofessional retention, there's not a big pool, so I would really have to get my feelers out, and I would have to ask for some references and work together with other staff members, other schools, other principals, in order to find those paraprofessionals that have a desire to be at our school and to help us with our vision. I do feel in a lot of situations in a lot of schools, paraprofessionals are not treated equally as staff, so it would be a priority for me to let them know that they are part of our staff, they are part of our family at Jones Elementary, and that we need to support them and do what needs to be done so that they can get their job done. Providing signing bonuses or finding out what their rate of pay is, and perhaps being able to get a raise for them. It's not an easy job. They could be doing something one day and something else the next day. So we need to keep that in mind and compensate for that and really support them in all that they do. We also need to make sure that we are involving them in decisions that are taking place at our school. Just because they are not a certified staff member doesn't mean that they don't matter. So involving them in decisions at faculty meetings or at district-wide in-services would be something that I would really want to emphasize. I would also want to make sure that they, if they ever need help, or if there's programs that they are interested in services that they're interested in, things that they need in order to make their job not so much easier, but better, so that they can help the students and other teachers in the school, I would like to help them realize and give them the opportunity to talk to me openly about that. So again, gaining their trust and having them understand that we are a school family and that we need to be there for each other and work together. Now moving on to our professional growth and professional development and growth plan. Under instructional focus, we will be implementing the positive behavior instruction support. That is a district requirement, so it's non-negotiable. So we will work together as a staff, going through that, attending the in-services that we need to do, and then coming back together at school to talk about what that's going to look like at our school. It can take many different looks. Every school is different. Every school's needs are different. Every school's discipline is different. Every school's population is different. So we're really going to have to work together in order to make that something that works for our school. In regards to that, the discipline plan that I would like to implement into our school, it's very simple. We have a building statement, and that statement is, because being safe and kind matters, it will never be okay to be harmful. And because growing is important, it will never be okay to disrupt learning. I feel like these two statements, if they are implemented and our students know them, our teachers know them, our parents know them, then we can all be on the same page. We can talk to each other, we can model what this behavior looks like, and we can make sure that our students realize the consequences of their actions, and that we are consistent, and that we work together to come up with, with consequences that are fitting for that child, for that age group, for that grade, and for whatever the discipline issue might be. Going along with that, I also would like to implement something as we work collaboratively to have a crisis team at our school. This would be certain individuals like our counselor, our social worker, our principal, perhaps a resource teacher, so that we would have categories of discipline that might need a little extra attention. A category 1, category 2, and category 3. Of course, category 3 would be the most extreme, where we might have to remove a student from the school for the day, call and get parents involved. And category 1, just maybe a teacher that's just having a rough time getting through to this child and they need a little extra support. A principal coming in to see how things are going, a social worker taking that child out of the classroom just to have a conversation. So that is something that I'll go over with my staff as well. And hopefully we can work together. We also, at Jones, there has never been an active shooter training. And unfortunately, in today's society, there are things that we have to do as principals and teachers to keep our school and our students safe. So having training there would be a priority, and we would work with the district in something that's appropriate for our school and make sure that everyone is trained, and also keep our parents up to breast on what's going on in our school so that they don't hear it secondhand. When it comes to academics, because we have an ever-changing population at Jones and our SES is at risk, we're going to have to work together again to look over our curriculum, find the weaknesses so that we can work together to make sure that we are covering all of the subjects that need to be covered by grade level, so that these children can not just be status quo, so that they can succeed and their test scores can come up, once again, showing that we are a good school, we're a great school, and that we can strive to do better and to do better and be better. Next, I'd like to talk about staff evaluation. I feel in the past that all certified teachers, whether they are new, experienced, or veteran, will need to be observed throughout the year consistently, here and there, and have 1 to 2 formal observations with a conference before and after their evaluation. Especially as a new teacher, or new principal, it would be important for me to be out in the classrooms and to have these informal and formal observations as much as I could. This will give me a chance to learn their teaching styles, learn their personalities, their characteristics, how they run their room, and being able to talk to them about strengths and weaknesses and things that they want to work on, things that I can help them with, would be very important for me. Using brief walkthroughs every day is also something that I feel is very important in any school setting. So just popping into every classroom, getting to know the students, getting to know the teachers a little bit better on not such a formal platform, so that they feel comfortable with me and that the students get to know me and I get to know the students as well. I will also give the teachers an option of videotaping their lessons. I think this is always a great idea, because then you can sit with them, you can slowly go through their lesson, and again, talking about their strengths and weaknesses and anything that they feel like they need to work on, as well as any area of concern that I could help them with, whether that's materials or discipline or anything that they need help with. I will communicate all of this at the beginning of the school year with the staff, so that they are aware of what my expectations are, and that they'll be seeing me a lot around the school and in their classroom. Legal and ethical issues. In regards to any kind of pushback that I might get from some of the programs that I want to implement into the school this year, I feel that if I'm open and honest with my staff, and I make sure that I am abiding by the guidelines of the law, that there really shouldn't be any pushback. I know that in the past, the principal at Jones wasn't always forthright with the staff. That is something that I do not intend to do. I intend to be very open and honest with everything that's coming through the door and everything that we're going to implement into the school. As a principal, obviously, I need to be aware of all the legalese and laws in regards to everything. If I have any questions, I know that there's a lawyer for the district, and I will not be afraid to ask that person for help or any questions that I have in regards to anything that might come up throughout the school year. I would also, in dealing with the union, meet with the school-appointed advocate so that I could learn what's going on and some of the needs that they have or some of the guidelines that they have, so that I can make sure that I'm up to speed with everything that's going on. Again, being open and honest with my staff about everything from discipline to what's going on in the lunchroom to union guidelines is something that is very important and something that I plan on making a priority when I get into Jones Elementary. So hopefully by the end of the first year, when I sit down with my staff, with my supervisors, with the superintendent, with the district, I will be able to look back because I've kept notes, and be able to talk to them about things that went well during the school year, things that didn't go so well. I'd love to be able to have some frequent check-ins with the teachers about how they feel things are going. If there's things that need to be changed or concerns that they have, I would obviously note those and try to work through some of those things as the year goes on and as I start my second year. A lot of times they do tell you, don't change something that doesn't need to be changed. I know that there are things that need to be done at Jones, but this is also a good year and a good opportunity to let the teachers help me as well with their concerns and things that they see and things that they want to do at Jones to make it a better school. With all the formal observations, all of those, of course, will go to HR department at the district, and student achievement scores as well. We'll go over those as a staff, and of course, the district will have those as well, and we can learn again from those scores what we need to do to help our students succeed. And I feel like I need to be evaluated as well. A lot of times the principal is not evaluated. Their staff doesn't get a chance for any input. The district doesn't come in and do anything as well. I am completely open and would love for my staff to give me some input and insight into how they think their first year went, as well as any district member that would love to come and do a walkthrough at our school and go over any type of programs that we're doing, talk individually to teachers about how they feel things are going, as well as myself, and just checking in and making sure everything is going well. So I appreciate you coming. I know your time is valuable, so we will wrap that up. And if there are any questions, feel free to ask. Have a great afternoon.